Everyone, after a tumultuous week in AEW history, out of a sky is falling week in AEW history, we have some good food on the table for us. We have a wonderful AEW spring breakthrough card to cover, and history has served us up some wonderful food as well, as AEW Dynamite surpasses Nitro all-time episodes. We are joined today by the very first guest on this program, Kaden Lee. Kaden, tell the people how you're doing.
I'm doing good, Novi. I'm doing great. I talked about it on the Grin on Sunday. I got to go to Epic Universe, so I'm still riding the high of Universal's Epic Universe. It cannot get out of my head. I also bought another ticket to go to Epic Universe in like 2 weeks. I think I'm gonna buy a ticket to go another time.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a good time. So I'm in a good mood. You know,
a
lot of victory laps we're gonna take today, Novi. Like,
I understand.
There's the obvious ones, but there's also like there's Fed dead,
brother. If I'm a mid-card talent in the land of the Federation, I'm screaming those words to the top of my lungs. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is an AEW show. We don't talk WrestleMania here, except when we do at some point when someone chats about it. Yep. But if you guys haven't already, please leave a like on this stream. Send in super chats if you're feeling so generous. And also, of course, make sure to leave whatever you have in the chat, whether it's a take, whether it's a question, anything you lead this show. Make sure to get those in as well. Kaden, I would also like to bring up the stat. The first ever guest was you.
Yeah.
That was on August 21st, 2024. That is the last time me and you did a one-on-one show on this channel.
Was it really?
Can you believe it's been that long?
We didn't do another one-on-one since?
I've looked it up. Every time you've been on the channel, we've had another guest on too. We've loaded up the card.
Wow.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
What a time.
But it's great to have you back. And first off, of course, our pre-show message. King, Art, Irony, Naito is the wild card in the Owen, and we're running it back. Naito versus Mox it all in. It comes with Marina. It comes with Yuta Knee. It comes with hashtag and still. This is an obviously very disgusting chat. That was
kind of crazy.
Very disgusting. He's an old man with no knees. Okay, leave him alone.
Yeah, no, he's not the wild card.
However, Naito leaving New Japan is a very big deal. Very big deal.
Yeah,
something I never expected to have happen, especially when I was laying down for bed last night and I saw it pop up on my phone. The very scary, should have a trigger warning message of the all white out New Japan logo. Kaden, what are your thoughts on Naito right now? What do you think this may be? I have my theories, but I think me and you will feel the same.
So we were on air when that April 1st report dropped. I think we were on air, right?
Yeah, we were, I think.
Yeah, and I talked about it, and like Naito obviously does his annual April Fool's joke to Tokyo Sport. And the only reason why I was a little bit doubtful that this one was actually an April Fool's was because of the way he worded it and how things were being set up. And then once him and Hiromu lost the titles at Sakura Genesis a few days later, I thought that there was more of a possibility that this was the plan. It doesn't exactly surprise me. I don't think it's a scenario of like Naito's unhappy with the company and like the direction it's going. I think he just wants time off and needs to just chill because he's at that point in his career. It is a loss for New Japan. He's been the biggest draw for that company for the last probably decade. So yeah, it is a big loss. So that's what you're losing. You're losing the draw power of Naito in an era where New Japan has struggled to draw in new fans and get the new talent to that level. However, if there was a time for him to leave, and I think it's better to do it now than it would have been to do it a year ago. I don't think I think they're in a place where they could take the step to like replace Naito in the right way. It's more of like when you combined that they lost Naito, Okada, Switchblade, and Kota Ibushi and Tanahashi all within like a 3-year span. They're going to lose all of them as active wrestlers in the company. And whether or not you agree that like Switchblade, Jay White, and whoever was like actually a draw. Those are like, dude, all 4 Double Dash people are going to be out of the company by May
Big
1st.
names, regardless. It's
Yeah.
it's a weird situation, man. It obviously sucks because he's so New Japan. I don't know if I could ever see him go anywhere else. So my kind of theory is he's taking some time to rest up. I would assume he works maybe 1 or 2 off dates, maybe some Noah, maybe some All Japan, maybe probably some New Japan, even just not on a full-time deal, just easier on the knees, easier on the body. I would say he gets some more time to heal up. I think that's what we see. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's tough. I do agree with you though. If there's any time to leave, it's now. I mean, I would argue Hiroki Goto is a big time draw for New Japan right now. And I think there's another man who would argue the same. And his name is Brainbuster.
Hello,
Brainbuster.
Hi, Bust.
How's it hanging?
I'm cool. I'm good. I'm bored.
So you're here? You've invaded?
Just hanging out.
We're talking New Japan. This is your bag, bro. This is where you belong.
What's the convo?
We're talking about Naito. What a moment.
Rest in peace, brother.
I said, Buster, what I had said is
he's dead.
Jesus. I think if there was any time for Naito to leave, this is like a better time, considering that like the company is starting to finally like find their footing again.
I would agree. Also, just like for the sake of the man, but also there needs to be like, I tweeted this earlier, there needs to be like some shakeup when it comes to factions and units in the company.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
I mean, Hantai's got like fucking 40 people in it, bro. When you shake that up,
start some
I would like there to be a new like major heel stable. That would be nice. That isn't, fucking House Torture and Blue Club. Turn Blue Club babyface in general, to be quite frank.
Yes, that would. Could you see the what's the tag team from WXW that's been working there for a minute?
Yeah, it's
I forget their names, but you know I'm talking about.
Big as hell.
Yeah, 2 big blokes just beasting.
Somebody in the chat will know.
Yeah.
They could be sick. Yeah, I specifically put, I don't want Shota to lead a stable. Please don't do that. I'm sure they will, but don't.
He's definitely getting a stable.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the juice for it, but I mean,
all
love. The biggest of a stable that we need to see. Yeah, I've enjoyed him more, but still, there's a point because I think Yota Tsuji is far more ready to lead a stable.
I would agree.
But I do wonder who they pick for LIJ because Shingo is right there.
It's Shingo. Shingo's gonna lead.
Yeah, Shingo's
for sure.
It'll be.
I think Shingo leads. I think LIJ turning heel would be, if they were to turn heel and become like the major heel faction, that would be fucking awesome.
That would be really good
because they have the cool factor that like all heel stables need anyways. It's just there. It's built in. So yeah,
I think this summer, like the next like few months, I think Gato is going to use it to kind of shake a lot of shit up because United Empire is also basically dead at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, no Jeff Cobb. You kind of have to, I don't know, wrap it up, bro.
You've lost Ospreay, you've lost Cobb, and you could lose Hanare.
Oh, true. Callum can lead, bro. He's having a title match. Maybe he'll win. You never know, bro.
I'm sure the match will like probably actually be pretty good, but
yeah,
I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm really curious. Yeah.
Yeah, I trust Goto to lead a fellow like that. It's awesome. Okay, listen, I don't want Naito to leave, but now that Naito is gone, Goto is like the actual fucking.
He's
like
number
leader.
1, dude.
He's the leader of the company. It makes you very happy.
I mean,
let's fucking go.
That's what I was saying. There's a lot of talk about losing a big draw in Naito, which is very true.
It is.
Goto's a big draw, dude. His title reign has been really good for them. I think it gives more credence. They got to let this thing go to the Kingdom, brother. They have to let it go to Kingdom, and he has to drop it to one of the young guys. Pick one. Not Shota, but pick one.
I think like this summer and fall being like a LIJ revival where they're all like, being, shitheads. And then Yoda winning the title there could be cool. Or fucking Shingo, bro. Fuck
that'd be nice.
Yeah. I think the only way you take the title off of Goto is if someone like one of the young guys gets really hot in the next few months.
Yeah.
I think like once you're that's got to be before G1 starts. Like that's got to be, you either do it at like I think the latest you could make that change is Forbidden Door. But once you get past that certain point, you got to just like stick with whoever your champion until Kingdom.
I wasn't sure before, but I think Goto's he's going to hold it till the Kingdom.
I was positive he was going to hold it till then. I think you just don't. There's too much goodwill behind it.
I figured he would at least hold it until Forbidden Door, like at the very least. I figured he might drop it at like Power Struggle or something, but no. I mean, if you're gonna go there, you might as well just go to the Dome, especially now that Naito's gone. You need a stability in the main event scene.
I agree.
Yeah, I thought he could have lost it to Finley or Shota, and if he retained both of those, then he was gonna hold it until Kingdom.
Yeah, Finley was a scarier one than Shota for me, but
Shota scared after he beat Finley. Shota actually did scare the shit out of me because I thought that they were gonna.
It's in Windy City. It's different.
That was my thing. I like the year before he
changed the belt last year at Windy City.
Yeah.
So
but them dropping the belt there made me more confident they weren't going to do it this year.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't repeat that.
Yeah. I would say
Yuya is also a very legit choice, and I would love that.
You take into the G1. You have to walk in there with a pick. You go with Yuya, you go with Yoda, or you go with Oiwa. You have to pick one.
I think right now it has to be Yoda or it has to be Oiwa. I don't think Yuya is there yet. And I think that's mainly because I do like Yuya. I think he just missed too much time in the last few months to cement himself. Whereas like Yoda's the one I go with just because he's been around in New Japan for the longest out of them. And he's had more time to kind of get used to it. I love Oiwa. I would do something different with Oiwa this year and circle round to him a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. There is always the other option, and this is not necessarily one that I think people would always think of. Takeshita's going to be there.
I think Takeshita should. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Takeshita won the G1.
If they went that, I'm in agreement with you, Brainbuster, where you get the slight no nod, but there's always a chance with Takeshita. He has a contract.
But it's like he's got 2 other contracts. You know what I mean? He's going to be doing like a couple dates. Like it's not what they need. Like it's not. I think if he wins the G1, like cool, but he shouldn't win the title. Not until he's like a fully contracted New Japan talent. Like
I hear that.
But I mean, I would love it. Obviously,
it's always scary when they're not fully contracted. It's always a risk that you take, and I don't know if they would want to take that risk.
They've already,
Yeah,
they had an issue with that lately. I don't know. If
but Gato will fall for that shit every time.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like I don't think Finley's would be the guy either, because he's like, you never know. If he's not assigned to a full-time contract and stuff like that, and that's around the time.
The only thing I can say off of that though is like I just don't think we can use that anymore because at any point all of these guys could leave. Even if they're signed up for like a year or two, like these still are fairly short-term contracts, and I don't care who you are, if you're like even people who we don't think would ever leave to an American promotion. That's just the state we're in right now, where New Japan just doesn't have that much money until this economy rebounds, and the U.S. companies are paying so much fucking money.
But there are obvious choices for guys that aren't going to leave.
Yeah. There's ones where like there's like Finley, obviously, like it's easier to be like, oh, Finley's going to leave. But
at some point, I assume he does leave. But like Shingo is not going anywhere.
Suji's not going anywhere.
I was gonna say even someone like Yoda, I would be very surprised if he left.
He seems bought in.
I don't trust anybody not leaving. I think at this day and age,
the thing is like,
it's anyone not leaving.
I get what you're saying, but it's also like it's Nuge, and it's not like fucking Noah. Like guys in Noah are like outside of them having like a working relationship with the Federation, it's like they're getting paid like so little relative to other wrestlers, from what we know at least. That is like, why would they not? A lot of those guys are young too. Like I mean, fucking Kaito any day now is what I assume.
Kaito's gone. He's going to Fed.
He has to.
But with New Japan is like that's a much more stable spot, I think.
Yeah, for the most part, yes.
Yeah, because like if you make it in New Japan, I think at that point you can kind of coast a bit. Like you'll have like fucking Despy, for example. He was a freelancer for a long time, but he maintained a good relationship with New Japan and he won their title while he was a freelancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a case by case thing, I would say, with that kind of stuff.
I gotta say something about Kaito. I said a year and a half, 2 years. I forgot when. I think it was 2023. It was the G1. It was around the G1 that he worked. I said Kaito should go to the US for a little bit because I actually thought it would help him, and I stand by my statement. I got shit on,
bro.
Dude, I got shit on so much from people I said that to. Were like, it was on stream. They were like, "No, you fucking moron. He should stay. This is fucking stupid." I was like, he would benefit right now from going to the US for a little bit because I think he's fucked long term in Japan, and I'm doing victory laps.
Bro, he would benefit from being anywhere but Noah.
I was gonna say, I think Kaito being anywhere that isn't ran by the great Muda, it would be like great.
Yeah. Dude,
I think
people forget that G123 run, bro.
Huge, though.
That G123 one was unbelievable. He was insanely good in that.
I think if Kaito goes to All Japan, he's like immediately the Triple Crown champion. So like,
dude, he's like a god in that promotion.
Something to consider.
Hey, the classic Brainbuster. Someone should go to All Japan.
I don't know. Put Kaito on Collision. Let's go.
Brainbuster.
All right, guys. Really quickly, my brother just texted me. My balls are hard to watch this content, cop. Anyway, let's move on.
I agree. My balls are also hard. Shout out to the Brainbusters brother.
My balls are not hard, but
they will be.
You're gonna ask me a question. You're gonna say something,
All Japan. I was gonna say your classic All Japan. Sheamus should go there type shit. So I respect it, and you're right. So you
fucking should, bro.
That was wonderful.
Be godly.
It would be godly.
Sheamus versus fucking Jun Saito. Sign me up.
Oh baby. Away from the wrestling for one moment, of course, the big fat orange cat is here. Novi, Kaden, and now Brainbuster. What were some of your favorite and least favorite albums and songs of 2024 and so far this year? Keep it to albums. Brainbuster, you start.
My favorite album last year was Blood Incantation's new album. Absolute Everywhere. Outside of that, Kendrick's album, obviously. I'm sure we're all going to say Kenny's album.
Very good. Very good.
Peeling Flesh had a good album last year.
Solid lineup.
That's my favorites.
Solid lineup. Kaden, do you have anything?
I can't think of.
Yeah, GNX. It was like my big one. I liked Eternal Sunshine.
Absolute
Chromacopia was good.
Good album.
Yeah. Billie Eilish's album I thought was fucking incredible. I'm not that big of a Billie Eilish fan. I thought her new album was fantastic. Brat was fun. Short and Sweet was fun too. So,
dude, fucking there's a man called Crip Sermon, Beast. Curtain Wall, incredible.
I co-sign your Brat. I was listening to that for months on end. Charm from Claro last year. I've listened to that nonstop this year. Blue Lips, Schoolboy Q. I very much enjoyed that album.
Oh, Vince Staples. Vince Staples last year had a good album.
Benny the Butcher had a good album last year. Everybody Can't Go. That was also a fun one. And then Biba Doobie had a good one last year. So
I just can't. I can't.
This is how tomorrow moves.
I've never listened to her.
She opened for Taylor Swift when I saw her, so I've seen her live, but I can't bring myself to saying I'm a Biba Doobie fan, so I just don't listen to her music.
Fair. I get it.
That's maybe the funniest take I've ever heard you just drop.
That's
on
fair.
On a random show.
Some artists' names are just fucking stupid. Same thing with wrestlers, bro.
Yeah.
I don't.
It is a silly name. She also misunderstands jokes sometimes. That kind of
that was weird.
But we went a little crazy. We went a little crazy on that on TikTok.
Yeah,
guys. We kind of freaked out a little hard on that.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw her take on that and it annoyed me, so I blocked Gracie Abrams.
The right thing to do. Shout out Biba Doobie, even if you have maybe a silly name. Predictions for the wild card. We have a couple here. Which one?
VAR would piss me off.
I would be very unhappy. Orange Cassidy is also hurt. That was
that
is not going to happen.
Wardlow would be fucking awful. I'm sorry.
Wardlow would be psychotic. The big two to me seems to be Josh Alexander and Jack Perry. That seems to be the big two.
The
big two. Josh Alexander and Jack Perry. Which one are you going with? I'm going with Josh.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Josh, but are there any names we're not thinking about? Are there any
Nuge talent?
There's a couple that are in town. It could be Evil.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, if it was Evil, I'd
fucking laugh. That would be something that's like not bad enough for me to get mad at, but it's bad enough for me to laugh at. You know what I mean? I'd just be happy. It's Evil, bro.
Could we run back the David Finlay match?
Jeff Jarrett. That's one people have been thinking about.
Jarrett makes so much sense considering last year.
Yeah, bro, that's gonna be so good.
I don't want it. It just makes sense.
If Jeff Jarrett were to come out, I'd be terrified that he's going to lose.
It wouldn't make any sense. He's a face now.
It would make sense. It makes sense, but like I don't think it's good.
Bro, if Hangman is standing in the ring and fucking Wee-Woo plays, I'm terrified. He might lose that match.
I don't want him to like be conflicted Hangman against fucking Jeff Jarrett, bro. Go after the world title.
I agree.
Fuck.
Because Elite Lore fucking stinks.
All I know is like I'm pretty confident that Hangman's winning. So
that's all that matters. That's all we got to get Hangman through. We got Fletcher.
Hangman's gonna win.
Hangman has to go through. I need Hangman and Kyle Fletcher to wrestle. I need it more than I need air.
I want to see like it has to be like a name that's in town for something. Like if it's not Josh Alexander.
Where's Collision tonight?
Boston. Oh, not Collision, but Boston.
Sorry, Dynamite. Yeah, no, I don't know why I said Collision. Yeah, Boston. I mean that's like across the country from fucking Las Vegas. So if someone's in Las Vegas,
though, it could be a new guy that just stayed after Windy City Riot.
That's what I was thinking. Is like, could it be a new guy who just stayed?
So like
ELP.
Well,
he's wrestling Takeshita.
He's doing that.
That'd be a good match.
Let me look at this card again. I don't remember what the fuck happened.
Okay, pick someone off that card, and that's the New Japan talent we'll rock with.
Shota.
Stop.
No, stop it. It could either. I mean, it could be Gabe Kidd.
It might be Ishii, to be honest.
Could be Ishii.
Oh, if Gabe Kidd comes out,
Gabe Kidd would be fun. I'd like Gabe Kidd.
My balls would be hard.
All right.
Real.
Could be Mina Shirakawa.
Never rule it out.
Could be Teton. That'd be cool. That'd be a great match.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's some names here. Could be Royce
apparently
Isaac.
ELP was in Vegas. Apparently he's already wrestling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because they're doing shows all week.
That fucking show last night on LNG was so funny.
Yes, for context, everyone, for context for this, anyone who doesn't listen to LNG, this was a preview of WrestleMania weekend, the indie shows.
Yeah.
God, it's so funny.
I saw the.
I really like how they skipped over DPW as a whole, even though it's like has some of the best matches on the weekend. There's like funny. They just said Bounces Forever. Fuck off.
Good bit by Contrarian and Alex, to be fair.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, Kaden, you said it. The clip that I posted is like that might be my favorite LNG moment of the year.
There you go.
Hilarious.
Alex is like,
don't say him.
Yeah, I mean. Along with Umbrella Man being booked, they're also doing like a $500 twerk off contest, and it's silent for a second. And Mom goes, "There you go,"
featuring Mark Henry. Might I add?
Holy shit! Dude, it's so funny. It's so good.
What a time to be! Hey, hold on. Mark Henry could be the wild card.
Stop it. We're not doing fucking.
Wait! Oh, I got another one.
Big Show.
The biggest show.
Yeah, we both.
Did you see the picture I posted today?
No.
Look at this shit. Hold on, let me find
what happened. Is it involving Big Show?
It is.
Really?
Big news, fellas. Ricochet has ratioed Julian Weeks.
Fucking owned.
He's beasting on the timeline today.
Yo, Ricochet's going off. He's fucking
It's
pissed.
Fucking Big Show looking somber.
Oh, I saw you
post this.
Yeah, that rules.
That's awesome.
There's also this picture of fucking Dave Bautista and Masahiro Chono just hanging out.
Man. Sometimes you just love this game.
Yeah.
You just love it. All right. Well, that's who we're going with. We're going with either Big Show, Josh Alexander, or Jack Perry, or Mina Shirakawa. Those are our 4 names.
True.
Collision was a good episode. That's good. I didn't catch up yet. FTR absolutely knocking it out of the park. This I do know about. And FTR, we're very good on Collision this week. They're one of my favorite things in AEW right now, to be quite honest with you.
Very much so. It's like actually good wrestling content. Stuff I'm actually looking forward to seeing.
I absolutely agree. I don't think that the Death Riders are going to main event this week. I hope not. This is also very true. Kaden Lee, our favorite bootlicker, never got my gift in the mail. That piece of shit. Let's see here. Bad news for N. They will not be losing the trios titles tonight.
No.
I do not think that the ops get it done. However, I am actually excited for that match. I think we're kind of good, right?
No.
Samoa Joe in it.
I could
mean,
see.
yeah.
I could
some
see
Mojo.
Hook. The way they justify Hook and like Hook getting a match with Moxley is that like Hook taps out Yuta
Oh,
and they win the belts.
we need to get out of here. I don't like what you just said.
Hold
I
on.
don't like what you just said to
I need
me.
that to happen. I need that to happen because Novi's gonna get really mad.
I'm gonna get really mad.
I'm like,
if
yeah,
that is the
I
match.
do think they're winning the titles, and I think
Oh,
I think Hook's getting a championship. I think Joe is too. I think Hook's getting a TV match.
Oh well,
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't really give a fuck.
that's
Fine.
okay.
Fine. I don't care.
I can be
Yeah.
okay with that. I just the pay-per-view. This is a different.
I think Joe's the
you know?
pay-per-view match. I think Hook's the TV like 2
That's-
weeks from now.
That's fine by me. That's fine by me.
Sure.
Io Sky hijacked a blimp today. Did you guys see
Jeez.
that video?
No, I didn't see
No.
that.
She was in the Goodyear blimp celebrating 100 years. I know that because I watched the cars go around in circles. And the Goodyear blimp is there, so she was up there. I think going around Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, terrible stuff coming out on the timeline. Nick Khan is dumber than I originally thought he was, which is kind
I
of.
haven't been on very much today for like
I haven't either.
reasons. And I only saw him saying like we don't bench people, which is just like not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just lied about that. He just lied.
I mean, listen, say what you want about Sean Ross Sapp. The fact that he went live and went, this is just a lie. Like, what are you fucking talking about? That's
yeah,
pretty beast. I can't lie.
he was doing so much weird fucking PR. Like there was one tweet that I quoted today. Let me actually find it because it was just so dumb. It made me like my head hurt.
It really doesn't make any sense.
He said WWE is the underdog when asked about AEW being a rival.
Fucking loser.
He said, we always feel that people underestimate us, that we're being looked down upon, and we like it that way.
Loser.
What are you talking about, Brady? What the hell are you yapping about?
Yeah, that's psychotic.
That's really dumb. Really, really
I don't
dumb.
think anybody that's running it, like if Tony Khan even came out and said that, I'd go, shut the fuck up and book a wrestling show.
Yeah,
Like,
there was definitely
what?
a time where you could say that, like as AEW, but the time has long passed. I mean, we just
the
don't
thing
need that
is,
kind of shit.
if Tony Khan said that, it would be true.
The
It'd be
thing is,
true,
here's
but
the thing, fellas.
Why
Tony
is
Khan
he
did,
saying it?
He did say
Well, yeah,
this
he did
just
say
a
that.
year
He said,
ago.
He said to be AEW is to live in whatever the fuck. Who
He
cares?
literally
This
said this
dumb
almost
philosopher
exactly a year
bullshit.
ago.
So dumb.
Still, again,
You,
like
you
shouldn't
auto
say
little
it.
brother yourself like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no-
It's
Rosho's
but-
right, by the way. It's like when Chiefs fans pretend to be like when
oh,
Travis
yeah.
Kelce was like, they doubted us. Shut up, fucking bitch.
the fucking greatest quarterback in the modern era.
Yeah, like, what are you
They
talking
fucking
about,
doubting
bro?
us. No, actually, they were not.
Nobody wants you to win. That's the fucking what are you talking about, dude?
Exactly. That's
Sean
actually a
Ross Sapp
crazy
does not
similar
spread
comparison.
Fake headlines, Christ.
Anyways,
Sean Rossap discourse. I gotta get out of here.
yeah, let's
Perk
leave.
Shirai. I do wonder what Naito's goals are in wrestling at this point. Felt like he was stamped behind the scenes whenever he decided to hang up the boots.
It is
right?
very interesting. It's an interesting conversation. I think it was Peps who tweeted this, and I tend to agree that it seems like Naito is probably just going to take some time off and then re-sign because
Yeah.
like, that makes the most sense. It would be awesome if he booked his own wrestling shows. That'd be very cool. A shakeup like that would be fantastic.
Naito produce.
I don't know who he
baby.
would get. I would assume like he'd be able to get guys from New Japan because there's a lot of like, again, freelancers. But
Mhm.
it is interesting. I'm interested to see what he does, not so much as a wrestler, but just like in the business, I guess.
Yeah, because is he much of like a backstage guy? Like, does that ever scream to you that he'd
I actually don't
want to
know.
book the shows? I don't think anyone
have
really
no
knows,
idea.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people do.
Some
just
people
have no
would,
idea.
but I don't think it's like a widely known thing that he likes being bad. Like
Yeah,
with Tanahashi, it was a little different. You kind of assumed he would do something like that.
Yeah.
With Naito, I don't see him doing that.
Yeah.
But I would love to see him produce his own show. That's my big thing. I would love. It's just a quirky thing that I'd enjoy happening in wrestling.
Yeah.
So
I think any wrestler should do that. Brian Danielson should do it ASAP.
Oh, could you imagine Brian Danielson
It'd
produced
be some
Indie in
really
the
weird.
US?
It'd be some really weird shit.
I love that you, Buster, you said this like minutes after I read a tweet aggregation that was like, the Fed wants to hire Brian. Like, okay, man.
Oh, brother.
He ain't
Oh,
going.
brother.
He might eventually go back, but he ain't going now.
I don't think he's going to sign with a wrestling company ever again.
I don't think he is either. He's going to look realistically. I'm not going to say that. That's really, I can't say what I'm going to say.
Bro, realistically, Bryan Danielson should work WrestleMania and then he should work All In because that's what real wrestlers do sometimes. Yeah, and then he should go work fucking the Tokyo
The thing is, though, like
that's what he should do.
He could do that. Like he would work Mania and then he would work All In and then they wouldn't WWE wouldn't call him again.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is Bryan Danielson, so I don't know. They might, but
yeah.
I hope I see him again at some point. This is very true. Goto Shibata at Forbidden Door. Continues to be the agenda. Continues.
Always.
A lot of love for Tsuji. A lot of love for all the young guys in New Japan. Definitely an anti Takeshita winning the G1 take, which I don't disagree with, to be honest with you. And a lot of people actually in agreement with you about Takeshita, not the right call long term, just because he's not signed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Someone needs to commit to that fucking company. Yeah. Honestly, he's not even my favorite wrestler, but like Gabe is another option. Because he's over. He is the ultimate fucking Nuge guy right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, bro. He'll tell you about it. He'll go, Shin Nihon!
Live and die, brother. Live and die. I would like to see that. I'm not so sure, but I'd like to see it just for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, to be quite honest. Not yet, at least. But
he should win the secondary belt at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be cool. Let's get this out of the way, fellas. Let's be quick. Let's be concise. Let's do it. All right.
Okay.
It's an AEW show. We have to answer these questions. Thoughts on Mariah May leaving AEW? Good thing she's not leaving AEW, guys. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I don't think she's gonna leave the company.
If she does, I hope she gets paid.
Exactly. That is also my take. If she leaves, I hope she gets paid. If she stays, I hope she gets paid. But I have a feeling that she is working for the bag, fellas.
Yeah, Sean said it. It's a negotiation tactic. I don't think she's gonna leave, and I don't think it's in her best interest to leave unless WWE really gives her like a shit ton more money, which they're just like objectively not going to do, and we know that because of Stephanie Bakir. So,
yeah, I do think it's if it is a negotiation tactic, I think it's very funny to put out that your dream is the World Wrestling Federation, like a week after people dissected an interview with Stephanie Bakir where she said, they offered me less money because I said my dream was WWE.
Yeah.
A little dumb, but
hey,
what can you do?
They offered less money. That don't matter in the heart.
Yeah.
Heart doesn't matter with the bag for some of these people. So I get it.
However, I guess it also makes sense because like she wants more. Well, I don't know. It's fine. Whatever, dude. We'll see what happens.
I just hope she gets paid. That's literally it. She deserves to get paid. She had a good run with AEW, no matter if it continues or no matter if it ends.
I think it's either way, it's like she'll probably be in a good spot because if she stays, there's a lot of stuff that she hasn't done yet because she's been in, the Tonyverse this entire time.
Yeah.
And if she leaves, it's Beast because she came in, won the championship, worked the big babyface, and then left. Yeah. That's cool.
That's a sick way to go about things. So either way, I think I'm pretty happy. Kaden, you have any thoughts on this you'd like to
add? It's Beast if she leaves. I think she would be screwed in WWE. I don't think she'd work. Not that I don't think she'd work. I think she's going into a climate where she's going in a little bit too late and she's going to be pushed to the outside for a while.
Yeah, I think she should just stay. But I'm not Mariah, so whatever she
has a brighter future staying because she can stand out more than other women in AEW, whereas I don't think she can do the same in the Fed.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. One here from AI or Al Ace. I keep saying AI Ace, but it's Al Ace. Kaito looks insane now, man. He's not even a relevant player in Noah now.
Yeah, bro, he got fucking pinned by whatever the fuck that white boy's name is.
Yeah.
The guy. Forgot his name. He was a white guy from Noah, man. What am I gonna,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
I think that's fair. Got some All Japan love for Kaito.
Let's go.
Of course, Art Irony has to rep the flag, the GLEAT flag.
Well,
I don't disagree with this though, that he would be a very good main eventer for Nuge. Maybe not now, but there was like a couple years back, I could definitely see the vision on that. It's just
he needs more depth.
I don't disagree, but do you think? I think maybe he joins New Japan, he gets the depth a little bit. You know, I think they would add that for him.
Possibly.
He could stop doing the Shining Wizard. That'd be a good start.
God, lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That's just lame.
Fair enough. Also, yeah, Bushi leaving. Crazy stat that was dropped on the timeline today, where he was like their number one in terms of total matches 3 years over the last like 7.
Wait, what?
Of all wrestlers in New Japan, he was number 1 in total matches for like 4 of the last 7 years, and the lowest he got was number 7. Which only 1 year, which is pretty crazy.
I guess it kind of makes sense that he's like always beat up all the time then.
Yeah.
Or looks beat up all the time then.
Yeah, maybe he can use his time. Yeah. We just hit 70 concurrent viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the stream. If there's anything you want to say in chat, make sure to send that in. We also have super chats if you're feeling so generous. And we have albums to talk about, folks, because there's a lot of love for GNX. Schoolboy Q, always great. Short and sweet. Abiba Doobie mention, shout out. There's a couple there. A lot of wild card talk. Max Caster. Very scary match that's been proposed by Perk Shirai here.
The match would probably be pretty good. As a wild card, it's dumb, but like it'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah, this is also a good question. What's the most unlikely but psychotic wild card that you guys could cook up? Mina's not a bad option that you've already thrown out there.
I mean, like a truly unlikely one is probably like Mike Awesome, but
I think there's one key issue, but I respect.
He stopped wrestling a while ago. I don't know what happened. But like someone that's,
Mass Corpse.
Naito would be fucking insane.
Hey, Masato Tanaka. Hold on now. He's not doing much these days. He's just running around working DPW. I think we can bring him in, no problem.
Eric Bischoff.
Well,
doesn't Bischoff have a son or something?
Yeah, it should be Bischoff's son.
There you go.
He's a bad
there you
wrestler.
go.
When he wrestled, he was really bad.
Yeah, shocking. Ed Kingston is not back, so it's not going to be him. I've seen
Eddie
that a couple
Kingston's
times.
not going to be back for a really long time. We all kind of just need to get ready for that.
Oh my god.
I think we're at least 2
so
months away, maybe 3.
I need him so
You said a really long time, and then you said 2 or 3 months.
It's a pretty yeah. I forgot
a long time in total,
April.
but
collectively, it's been a long time. I agree.
Yeah. There's so many wildcard names we're searching through. This one's probably the craziest one. Low-key, Bushi, Sabu, or Anthony Higoko.
Christ.
We get there.
Sabu already wrestled his last match, bro. Like a week ago.
No, he didn't.
He's not wrestled yet?
He's working Janela.
That's his last match. My bad.
Is it his real last match for real?
I think it's his last match.
That's what it's being advertised as.
Dude, did you know Janela is working that show with a fucked bicep? It's like
Joey Janela has been injured for like 3 years.
Yeah, it's just screwed. Shout out to him, I guess. It's probably not good.
He's just working until the wheels fall off at this point, which I guess Beast.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a good thing to do. Can Keith Lee produce a good 10 minutes in 2025? No.
Probably. I think he could. I mean, bro, 10 minutes? Depends who he's in there with, but probably.
It depends who he's in there with.
Bro, if he's in there with Darby, it'd be godly. What are we talking about?
Well,
but Darby's
that doesn't
on
count.
a fucking mountain, so.
He did just
enter his mountain. Keith Lee's fucking,
Did you see Darby Allin was stubble today?
I did see that.
It's a good look for him. He should keep the stubble.
We'll see what happens.
I went and found the exact location that they're at, and then I took a picture on Google Earth, and I found I compared it to where the peak of Everest is, and I sent a picture to the Relay the Fuse group chat, and the height they still have to go is insane. They still have another 4,000 meters to climb. If not more. It actually might be 4,500 meters.
I mean, I hope he gets all those meters safely. Hope he travels up and down as safe as possible.
Him, his mom, and his brother.
God willing. Shout out to him. Ricochet, he was being a warrior on the timeline, not necessarily for the dub, just more in spitefulness, which I do respect. This is a very let's go ahead. Let's do this here real quick. If you defend Nick Khan in my chat, I'm banning you. So just let you guys know.
Fucking owned.
I'm definitely banning you. I'm not gonna watch. There was a comment that said watch the whole interview.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Fuck
That's
you.
not gonna happen, pal.
Oh, someone called SRS a pussy. Caden, should I ban them?
Who said it?
Centrist American.
Yo,
Yeah.
out of here.
Based off that name. Yeah.
Goodbye.
That's so funny.
This is a good take here from Rosho. I'm so good on that, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm not watching that.
What do you think centrist American thinks about the tariffs, Buster?
Probably doesn't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah, well, Dragonism, yes. And this is something that we should also mention. Camelito on AWTV, AEW,
Oh, that's fucking
running
dope,
Arena
dude.
Mexico, baby.
Who should he wrestle?
Oh,
Who's the shortest one? Who's the shortest person on the roster?
that's some spiteful names we could pull out from there.
Tony Khan?
Marco
Hang
Stunt.
on.
Well,
I don't even know who is like a abnormally short guy on their roster. Max
Darby.
Caster's not that short.
No,
Max
Max has
Andretti.
6'1".
Serpentico.
Yeah, Serpentico's pretty.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, you could get John Cruz in there to do it.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe not Serpentico, but John Cruz would be cool.
Don't say Johnny Hungy.
Oh no, don't do that.
Not
Don't
Johnny
say that.
Hungy. John
Stop, don't
Cruz.
say-
I would
stop
like.
saying John Silver. No more.
Camelito versus Ishii would be very funny.
That would be good.
Stoke.
Multiple Stokely mentions when I brought up short. I mean, that's come on, guys, come on. You could honestly just be a feature program for Camelito versus Caminito. Just do that match on
sure.
AWTV.
Why not? Yeah.
The match of the century. That's real shit. Yeah, that show is going to be incredible. I would like Ospreay to wrestle Mascara Dorada. That would be very good.
Yeah. I think somebody mentioned on timeline today it was Kenny and Mascara Dorada, and then Ospreay and Mystico because how the things were set up. I think it should be the opposite. The flipping those would be great.
Yeah, please flip those. I agree.
I mean, to be fair, none of those matches would be bad. You know, they would all be sick, but I would like to
it
see
works better the opposite ways. Those
I just
are cooler matchups.
I'm not going to complain if I see Kenny Omega versus Mascara Dorada on my fucking television. You know what I mean?
The way this poster is set up, it's Kenny and Mystico at the top. So I'm pretty sure that's the match. The other thing that it is like it's on the left, it's Commander and Will, and then on the right, it's Mascara Dorada and Hologram. I wonder if that's hinting that Will is going to team with Dorada to face Hologram and Commander, the tag team.
Do you think is it only Dynamite, or are they?
It's a Dynamite Grand Slam, which I wouldn't be shocked.
Are they
if they didn't run a
doing?
tag.
Are they doing Collision? That was what I'm asking.
No. Collision Dynamite's on. It's AEW Grand Slam Mexico, June 18th, and then Collision is in Washington.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It's in Kent, Washington.
I was gonna say they could do both. I mean, they could do the tag and then they could do the singles, but no.
Honestly, if it was a tag and they were on the same team, that would make me kind of upset. I just want that bad.
I'm so sorry. Oh, dude, the most recent comment is fucking killing me.
Where?
I'm gonna read it. Johnny says, "Hey, I've been watching the stream for the last few weeks. Haven't been watching the stream. What do you think of the dynasty ending, Novi?" Johnny, I'm not laughing at you. It's just his reaction was very aggressive and it is very funny. You should go watch this video.
I really liked it, and man, it was really I was really into it.
You got very bad. That's
I definitely did not get mad. No, I don't.
Damn.
All seriousness, Johnny. If you are a part of LNG, you can watch my full reaction. But there are some clips that were posted of me. I posted one of them myself, and there was another one that was posted that maybe gives you some inference into how I'm feeling. I also made a video on it where I was like yelling a little bit, so maybe you could watch that as well.
Yeah.
There are ways, kick out. There are ways to tell how I felt about that, but truthfulness, it was very bad, and I got very upset. So that's, it is.
Sorry to interrupt. That made me very happy.
That was a worthy comment. I understand. This is very funny. Just read this and don't acknowledge it too much.
I mean, yeah.
But that is what he means, just so you all
It's
know.
actually not
And
bad, funnily enough, but
Takeshita versus Ospreay will be match of the night tonight. This is also something that's happening. It looks to be very sick. This is a rematch of their AEW Revolution bout that me and Kaden Lee were both there live for. One of the craziest matches I've ever seen in person.
yeah.
It's tough. It's a TV match. It's not a pay-per-view match, but I think this is could meet that a little bit. It just depends.
I think
I'm
there's
really
a
looking
chance
forward to this.
If this match is shorter, I think there's a chance I like it more.
I could see that as well.
That doesn't shock me.
Yeah, but the match is going to be pretty sick. If it's match of the night, that seems kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. I think there's another match on this night that I would maybe see taking that crown.
Yeah.
But it just depends how the timings of each and all that kind of stuff. Buzz, do you have any thoughts outside of that on the matchup itself?
No, I'm excited for it. Ready to see what happens. I'd be interested if Takeshita loses this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested to see if this is like a little bit, not a send off tradition, like not a full blown send off, but like maybe he spends some more time in Japan coming up soon.
Seems likely. It's nearing the summer a little bit.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that being a possibility. Caden, any thoughts on this match?
I think it'll be really good. I'm excited to see what they do differently than the Rev match. As you mentioned, like I love that Rev match. It was one of my like top 3 matches of the year last year. Just in terms of like what it made me feel. But yeah, excited to what they do. And like it's been a year and a month. Takeshita doesn't particularly like, he works similar obviously, but like there's certain aspects of his game that have changed. I would like to see Takeshita do this as more of like wrestling more like the Bombs guy he's been working as in New Japan a little bit. And you can do some good like heat stuff, some good heat segments there that like kind of work more with a TV format where they just like wrestle. I want it to be distinctly different than the other match. Like that's the big thing. Even if it's not as good as the other one, I just would like something different there that reflects the two paths over the last 13 and a half months.
Yeah, I agree. It should be worked a little differently. I'd imagine they have a different outlook on the match. I would hope so too. It didn't end up getting to that point for me. There was a lot of good matches last year on the men's side that I put above it, but it was right there on the cusp. I loved it. And like Buzz said, if this got cut down a little bit, what are you thinking? Like 14, 15?
Yeah,
a little bit different of a style. That'd be.
I think like 14.
Just go all out, man. Just go all out. Like Ospreay's he has worked into a TV match formula a bit. Break it. Just go balls to the wall. Go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, start the match with a fucking like Ospreay running into a blue thunder bomb. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Do some sick shit like that. You'd have me immediately. No lockups. Don't start with none of that. We're starting with bombs. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Rosho mentions the chat. I'm just saying the venue tonight looks awesome.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. It looks pretty good.
Can you send me that tweet? I want to pull it up. I want to see what it looks like. I'm very curious because are they one of like the cool smaller spots?
I think it's like
they're looking lately.
Fenway it's like Fenway something.
Let's see.
I think it's a theater.
Share to post. Oh, it is a theater looking thing. All right, I'm pulling this up. Hang on, give me 1 second, folks.
I'm shocked they're running a theater because they could have gotten away with running a bigger venue in Boston with Mercedes.
You could, but fuck it.
Yeah, it's a cool looking venue.
Yeah, let me pull it up here for anyone in chat who hasn't seen it. This is the picture that's been posted on Twitter. Shout out to ZZ Brownie 11 for the photo. Nice. Look at the little railing there. Oh baby. Yep. The elevated rampway as well to the ring. I think Ospreay and Takeshita are going to cook something good up on there. Speaking of them both, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the show tonight.
They have an arena show next week and the week after. Then they're in theaters for the next 2 weeks after that, I think.
I'm kind of a mark for the theater smaller spot, so I'm excited for those shows a lot more. Base brings it up to take us not wrestling related. What is the best fast food wing spot? Well, there's only one that I have in mind, and that is the Wingstop. I mean, That's just a glorious spot. Whatever flavor you decide to go on the wings, it's always good. The fries, put some extra seasoning on them. They're always good. The ranch.
I'll drop a take here. Fucking Buffalo Wild Wings sucks.
They're usually overcooked. The wings.
The wings are too big.
That's also true. I don't disagree
they're
with that.
fucking mounds of meat, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
I
Okay.
don't like wings.
What the fuck?
Not a wing guy.
Hell?
I mean, I'm talking boneless, so I'm like, that's what I'm considering.
To be fair, I've probably never had boneless wings, so
What?
Why? What?
because I like chicken tenders.
That doesn't.
Wingstop has chicken tenders.
Yeah, they have those too now.
Yeah, like I've just
They're
never been
really
to
good,
Wingstop.
actually.
Like I've never been.
The
I've been to
Wingstop
Pluckers. I have been to
tenders are very
Pluckers.
good.
I like Pluckers. I usually get some fried pickles and some chicken tendies.
Fried pickles.
Big
I
fried
fucking
pickle
love
guy.
pickles so much.
Sounds fucking
Novi,
delicious.
whenever you're here,
Mhm.
that pizza spot I was talking about, they have fried pickles and they're so good.
Oh, we're getting an order for the table, brother.
We are.
Don't you worry about that.
Yes, we are.
Let's see here. Mavs fan 84 gives a take that Takeshi and Ospreay will be a better match than any this weekend, including
yeah.
WrestleMania. I could very
I don't
easily
agree
see
with
that. What is it? What is your most anticipated match this weekend, Kaden, that you think would be above this one? Not that I'm like saying you're wrong, but
I think Gunther and Jey Uso will end up being very good.
I think that match is going to be good in like a traditional WWF way.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be good. I think Tiffany and Charlotte. I'm very conflicted because that can either be a shit show or be fucking spectacular.
Yeah. But
I'm of the opinion that it's going to be fucking spectacular, to be honest, because it's Charlotte in the big lights. So
she is good under the bright ones. That is true. Remains to be seen. Buzz, do you have any that you can point out off the top of your head?
I don't know, probably like some Effie's doing or something.
Suzuki and Butterbean.
You're a piece of shit.
You never know.
Perks your eyes. Smash that like button. This is very true.
So true.
Make sure to fucking pound that like button.
All right.
If you haven't already, of course. There's 63 people in here. We're just chatting fucking grabs. This is a great time.
I'm a draw.
This is true. You did join, and there was a lot of people that joined. I'm not gonna say it. Oh God. I don't like these very insane choices you guys are bringing to my attention. I'm not a fan of that, guys. Let's see here. I'm seeing more messages from two people that I banned earlier. So I wonder what these were. Poor
it was basically like they were literally just saying like, out of context.
Out of context, guys. You have to listen to it in the context. Come on, guys.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Still watching. Can't chat. Hope you're still watching. Let's see here. I'm scrolling down in the chat. That could be interesting. I could see it. Let's not rule this out.
Camelito might get hurt.
No, dude, he's a good bumper. He's good. Trusting him. I watched, and this is a shout out to Rosho in the chat, by the way. I watched Camelito and Caminito. Me and Six Star both watched it. It was a good match. It was a very good match. We had a lot of fun with that. I was on the same show that what was that team up? What was the team up? Commander and Hologram?
It was Commander and Hologram versus Mystico and Dorada.
Mm-hmm. Very good matches. It was on that same show. Very good. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're getting this information from. I don't know where you got this quote from me from, but yes, please check them out, Johnny Bernie. Just that's all I'll say. Andy Boy Lettuce, what's the wild card story we've talked about already? It was a long time ago. Josh Alexander was one in mind. Jack Perry, Mina Shirakawa, and what was the fourth?
Mike Awesome.
Mike Awesome. Butterbean. There's a couple more figure there. Let's see here. Mavs fan, I'll tell you right now, if Takeshi goes babyface and works at a similar pace he's going right now, he will run away with Wrestler of the Year. Current standings right now, Brainbuster, Wrestler of the Year.
Haruki Goto.
There you go.
That's about it.
Kaden Lee.
Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, come on, man.
Chelsea Green.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of like other names.
Talia.
David Finley's got to be there.
Finley, Goto, and Takeshita do actually.
Omos.
Can you stop? You're fed drone. This fucking drone, dude.
Andrade. Who are other mid-card talents?
The Enforcer. He doesn't even know. He hasn't looked over it yet. No, he just saw it backstage. There he goes.
Let's see, dude. Let's think for a second.
There's a couple out there.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Roxanne Perez.
Kenny Omega. You have Kenny.
Kenny's got to be out there, but like I don't know. Does he?
No.
Yeah.
No.
He has the best match of the year right now.
Yeah, but it's like one match, and I also don't.
But he has some other decent ones too. I wouldn't throw him out of that conversation just yet.
Yeah.
I understand. I would say he's not like top 3. But
there's nothing. I don't off the top of my head. To be clear, I can't think of anything that Kenny's done this year outside of the Gabe Kidd match that like blew me away.
I liked Grand Slam Australia, and I liked his match at Revolution. Those were 2 really good matches, I thought.
What was the Revolution match again?
That was versus Takeshita.
Oh, I don't like that match that much.
I think we're also sleeping on Kyle Fletch.
That's
Yeah,
a
he was just the name I was about to bring up. Kyle Fletcher. He's got to be up there.
Rojo says Tony as well. It's a good, yeah. Yes, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree with all these. Any other like women's names out there that they can maybe think of?
Bro, Michael Satomura has been fucking awesome this year.
Yeah,
she's not going to win it because she's retiring in like a month, but she's been awesome.
Yeah, this last little bit of her career is insanely good.
Yeah,
Suri's always there. You could argue Saya.
Saya had a good year.
Had a good year so far.
Is there any genuinely question? Like, is there anyone in the Fed who could be even like contention? Because like none of them wrestle.
That's no.
Yeah, it's hard. Io Sky is always there, but she just doesn't wrestle that much.
Yeah, if I'm being like a fucking watch all wrestling guy, there's wrestlers in the company that are legitimately fucking awesome, but they don't wrestle enough, and when they do wrestle, it's boring because there's 8 fucking ad breaks in the middle of it, and it's not fun to watch.
I genuinely like Lyra is the only is the wrestler here in the Fed.
Lyra's the only one who comes close on that scale.
Lyra's having it like a great run right now.
She's making the most of it. Of all her minutes on TV, I mean, you got to respect it in some way.
Yeah, she fucking rules.
Any other names in the Fed that we could think of who's having like a banner year? I really don't think. I mean, the closest outside of him is maybe Penta, right? Penta and Lyra are the only 2 that you'd even sniff in that conversation.
Liv's had a good year as well.
Liv has had a good year. She's good in the tags as well.
I mean, Jey Uso, but like for not necessarily in ring reasons.
Yeah, if you're not going fully in ring, you would consider him for sure.
Yeah. I think after WrestleMania we're gonna get a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm like pretty excited for Post-Mania because I think WWE TV is gonna be really bad.
I do too, but
they're gonna have a lot of NXT call-ups.
I'm taking so many victory laps.
I think they're gonna do the NXT call-ups, and I think that might save them.
That'll save them for a fucking month.
No, but here's the thing: they're gonna do NXT call-ups, and they're also gonna bring in like Malachi and Miro and anyone else, and it's gonna just make things like overinflated when they're already very overinflated, and it'll be funny.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. After Mania is always like somewhat exciting. Just in a however way it turns out, just because you're curious, see how things shape out. We want to show love to our fearless grin leader, Joe Holbert, who is flying overseas at this moment. He's in the middle of the second half.
Should I try to track his flight?
Sure, man, I guess. Actually don't, because someone's gonna go to the fucking airport with 8x10s and fucking.
No one's going to the fucking airport,
dude. It's Joel Holbert. Do you not understand?
Fucking international star,
dude. You ever see like there's obviously you see it all the time, like people standing outside of the airports with the figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, people stand outside with like LNG flags and shit. It's like a real thing. It's happened to me multiple times, and I'm not even like the big star of LNG. Just a big platform, dude.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Also, I want to say this to all of the chat. It's a near timeout for some of these people because I hate this take so much. It makes me very angry. A boneless wing is a chicken tender, more or less. Boneless wings are just sauced up chicken nuggets. Grow up, y'all.
Different
Grow
texture,
up.
fellas.
Different texture, different vibes, different process of making them. It's different.
Dude, on the topic of Joe, very quickly.
Okay.
Only Novi's gonna know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Last night, the people are like very mad at me. One of them tweeted, "I can't believe Joe let this guy on LNG," and I just started fucking howling.
Who tweeted that? It's private.
I don't know. Some fucking loser.
That's fucking awesome.
God, it was
Kaden,
so funny.
You need to not make that tweet anymore. Dude.
Yeah,
You've
bro.
already made it a couple times. You gotta chill, dude.
What?
You gotta chill with making those tweets about Brainbuster.
What'd I make?
This guy's even listening. He's busy tracking fucking flights.
I am actually currently trying to find Joe Holbert's.
I don't want to fucking get it. I don't want to get into all that shit, but it was funny.
Yeah, if you're tweeting a certain message, you're kind of a loser.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
just say you're kind of a loser.
But you know.
But yeah, we'll leave it there so we don't get too deep into how we really feel.
I'd like them to shut the fuck up, maybe.
Yeah. Lemon pepper chicken tenders. I better fucking gas from Wingstop.
Yeah, they'd probably be sick.
I've tried the Wingstop chicken tenders like last week, because they do 2 for $1 or 2 for $2. I put hot honey seasoning on them. They're so good. Those are good stuff. I bet it'd be delicious. This is a very good question. It's a follow-up because Marcus in chat, shout out Marcus, Wingstop good when I'm not banned. It's a good follow-up question here from Perk. Why'd they ban Marcus from Wingstop, Chuck? Tell me why. I don't know what he did to that Wingstop. I don't know what kind of activities he was getting involved in, but hey, shout out to Marcus. Let's go here. Missed that story. You can catch it on Relight Diffuse at some point. It'll be reset. maybe we'll advertise it for next week when we're on Relight Diffuse, which no one else but me and Kaden know about yet. But that's Marcus next week. You down on Thursday,
fellas? I think I found Joe Holbert's flight.
That's very dangerous. Don't read it out, but don't actually say where he's at. Actually, how do you even say this on air?
I can say what he's. I mean, no one's gonna fucking track Joe Holbert. It's so easy for anyone to find.
It's the late night grin. You need to understand the kind of platform you hold on being a part of the brand.
All I'll say is that he's not over the United States yet, I think.
Oh my God, really?
Really?
If I'm tracking the right flight, he's not over the US yet.
Where the fuck did he land, bro? Newfoundland?
He must have flew like instead of like this.
Shut the fuck up.
You fly like that.
Like this, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I found the right one,
bro. I retweeted a video of Katy Perry doing the stupid shit she was doing
Kissing
in
the
space. Ground. Well, she was like the video of her in quote retweeted something saying like, "I hope they die." And then I looked at the actual tweet that I quote retweeted, and it was the guy like denying that space existed. He was like, "The sham just keeps growing." I was like, "What?"
That's such a sick tweet to retweet, bro.
I responded to myself and I said, "I just realized this guy's denying space. Incredible."
How do you deny space? What does that even mean?
Bro, I don't know. It was fucking awesome though. Shout out to that guy for real.
I've obviously heard of the flat Earth because everyone has, right? There's
people that like actually do not think space exists.
Do they like think it's a projector or something?
I don't know, man.
No. It's not cool.
That's my fault.
The Hooper. But yeah, just for everyone in chat, space is not real. We've confirmed this. Wrestling Overtime, EO Triple Threat for best match of the weekend. I could very much see that. And Oba, Javon, and Trick. I could see that as well. Low key.
I think it's going to be over convoluted, so I just don't believe in the triple threat. Either triple threats. I think they're all going to be over convoluted.
I could see that. We have some outside picks here for Wrestler of the Year. Masashi Tanaka or Takeda. I read that completely wrong, but you know what I meant to say. I've
never watched this fellow, but I know who he is. Have I watched him? Give me a second. Let me look at him. I still have Masato on the mind for the Hangman match. My bad. No, I have watched this guy. I haven't watched him this year though. Big death match, fellow.
I'll take your word for it. And then Zandokan Jr. Have we seen him?
Yeah. He's hot as fuck, dude.
I don't doubt it, to be honest with you. But Johnny Burney sends a $2 super chat. Very much appreciated. Johnny, punishments on LNG stream if Jack is the wild card. Who would we punish in this scenario? Tony Khan? How?
Yes, maybe.
I wouldn't do it on the LNG stream, but next week you'd probably be like, I'd sit here and I go, well, it's Jack Perry. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. He's not very good.
Like, imagine if he comes out and there's like fucking elite lore happening.
Oh man, we're getting into it. It's very bad, very bad.
I forgot that like Young Buck's probably gonna be on this show, man.
Fuck. Danger afoot. Reese Hayes, need to ask the premier New Japan podcasters of the Late Night Grin. This is true. We are Cerulean. Who replaced Bushi in Super Juniors? I forgot that he was in that tournament. So I don't know, actually.
Is he not still just going to work the tournament?
No.
I mean, I guess not, right? Because they would say that in their post about him, right?
When does he leave the company? Same day as Naito?
I think they said May 4th.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Who would y'all put?
I have no names, to be honest with you. I hope it's someone cool though. Maybe someone else from CMLL.
Was there anyone they left out that was like shocking?
Not really.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, not that I can. Not off the top of my head. That was like, come on, how is he not here?
Marco Stunt, I guess.
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Isn't he like a pastor now?
Probably, bro. I don't know.
I think he is.
Shout out to him. Teton Hook. No.
Is Teton not in the tournament?
Robbie X.
No. Well, what sucks is that he's probably right.
Could be Robbie X.
It'll probably be Robbie X, which is like kind of unfortunate.
I don't know. Seems to be a wait and see situation on that front. Let's see here. Al Ace, King of the Ring will save them for a few weeks, but afterwards will be hilarious. That's not been announced.
I don't think they're doing King of the Ring.
I don't think they're doing that this year. It would already been announced. So they don't even have that in their back pocket, which is interesting.
Incredible.
Don't know why they would do that, but okay. Oh shit. Johnny Perney, I saw Punk at the airport Mania. Dude, no shit. Was he about to get on a bus or something like that?
Fuck. If you have a picture of that, please send it to us.
Please send it to the at Late Night Grin Twitter account. We will post it as though it's a scoop.
Yeah.
Because I have access to that Twitter.
A beast tweet.
Did he really? What does it say?
It's screenshots of like the positive reports by the Hollywood Reporter and Variety about AEW. And he said, Nick Khan going on a media tour bashing AEW and TK makes a lot more sense when you realize he knew his buddies in the Hollywood industry were about to run positive stories about the competition with a trademark.
Did he put trademark? All right, bro. What a beast. What a beast.
Hashtag retweet.
Marcus was doing his hashtag thing at the Wingstop, and he will be there for Relight the Fuse. So now we need to ask Rice Man. Hopefully Rice Man is in chat, but he's probably not. That's the only one we'll have left. Next week, we'll Relight the Fuse on the Late Night Grin for all tiers of LNG Gold. Please tune in.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jesus, there's a lot of talk about shooting down Joel Albert's flight. Jesus,
thanks a lot,
guys. Jesus.
Look, unfortunately, things got to happen. I can't complete that sentence.
What the fuck? What is this guy? Okay, moving on. There's one thing that we have not talked about on this show that I feel deserves its own little mention here at the end because it's a big time matchup. It is Mercedes
versus the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes, but no. That'll be a good match. It is Mercedes Moné versus Athena in the Owen tournament semifinals. This is one of the biggest matches AEW has up their pocket that they have not pulled out yet. I think everyone was anticipating this for All In Texas, but I think this lends a lot of credence to the theory that this could end up being a trilogy. This is a match that I'm excited for on another level. This should be the main event. We're in Boston tonight, Mercedes' hometown. I think this gets some real time. I think this has a real high peak, no matter if it is the start of a trilogy. This is going to be an incredible bout. Kaden, what are your thoughts heading into this one?
You know, we have we have a few shows coming up. We have tonight, obviously. There's a Super Card of Honor on May like 3rd, second. There is also Double or Nothing in May. Same day as NXT Battleground, I learned today. And you got all in. I think Athena is going to beat Mercedes Moné tonight to set up the trilogy. You run match 1 here. It's a non-title, so you're good. Then you could do it at Supercard. You could also do it at Double or Nothing. I run it at Supercard because you had a big match on there, and you can have Mercedes do something else at a Double or Nothing.
Where is Supercard?
I think you do what?
Where is Supercard?
Philly,
Atlantic City.
Oh yeah, no, Atlantic City. My bad.
Okay.
Not Philly.
Yeah, gotcha. I think that's a good way to. You're gonna sell pay-per-view buys for Double or Nothing. Like, you're not really worried about that, obviously, but you can use Mercedes to get a pretty big hook in there. I think that's where you run that, and then what you do is you run the third match at All In for all the marbles. They're 1-1 going in there because Mercedes would beat her and take the Ring of Honor belt, and then you have all those belts on the line at All In. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be shocked if Mercedes just wins tonight and they find a different way to run the trilogy, but I think that's like the easiest way to do it, and it can also get some really heavy heat on Athena considering that the match is in Boston, and having it's a good, like, AEW doesn't do the crutch a lot of like getting heat on someone by having them lose in their hometown, especially if they're a big star, and you could do it tonight, and I think it would shock people a little bit.
I don't disagree with the routes you're taking, but I do kind of disagree with some of the locations. I'm curious though to see if Bust lists them out before I do. Bust, thoughts going into this match?
I mean, as far as the locations go, I honestly don't care where they do it. I think Caden's logic of like using it to get a good number for ROH isn't a bad idea. I think.
Also, no matches have been announced for Supercard. Someone asked.
Yeah, and it's all
from the show.
They're also like they haven't sold very many tickets.
Yeah.
So if they want to move them fast, that'd be a pretty, I think
good way to do it.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As far like locations, I don't really have a strong opinion on, to be like totally honest. But the match, I'm very excited for. I mean, this is a match we've looked forward to for like over a year at this point now. So
yeah,
I mean 2 years really.
Since she joined the company, it's been the one that
since she left WWE, really.
Even that, yeah.
So I'm very excited for it. Definitely should main event. Like, absolutely, there's no question in my mind.
Yeah, I would say. Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to this one more than I am Ospreay and Will. Easily. Ospreay and Takeshita. Easily.
Yeah. I agree. This has been like one of those matches for me that hits on a different level. Just seeing it. I do think Athena wins tonight. I think that's how you set up the trilogy. I think it's a smarter way to go about it because there's no titles on the line. Mm-hmm. Originally, I was very much in favor of doing it at Double or Nothing. But there is the ROH title tie-in. So if you want to do it at Supercard, I actually wouldn't have an issue with that at all. But you do, it would be good to give it the platform of an AEW pay-per-view a little bit. So it just depends on whatever they're looking for. It's a good way to sell tickets though. So I hear that. Either way though, got to be both belts on the line. It has to be a trilogy heading into All In. Yeah. And for my money, it would main event that show. You'd get it to that point starting here.
I agree.
Did y'all see the Ring of Honor spoiler?
Oku
versus Nick Wayne.
That's awesome, man.
Not gonna watch it, but I mean, shout out to him for getting a booking at ROH. But no matter what, whoever wins this match is gonna have to take the L in this tournament. So that kind of even lends a little bit more credence to being Athena over Mercedes, because Mercedes is very protected.
Unless you really want to run Mercedes and Tony at All In, which like wouldn't shock me. I just don't think it's a good idea.
No, I don't think that's the right move at all.
You're already gonna probably
Mercedes Athena's too.
Yeah, Kenny Okada is gonna be a belt for. I guess like if you're gonna unify it, but like I don't think you can at the same time do another like belt versus belt on that show.
Yeah, especially those kind of belts. There's been a lot of talk though of a 20-minute draw for this match, which I don't agree with either. I think there needs to be a winner.
I don't know. Here's the thing: if it opens the show, then it's a draw. I'll say that right now. If it opens the show, it's going to a draw.
As a tournament,
Would agree.
as a what do you then make the other side the finals? Is that how that would work, or what?
I think so.
You either do that or you run it as you run a triple threat in the final.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's the two ways you do it. The other way, Novi, the other way they get around it is
you do protect both women if you do the 20-minute.
The other thing you could do is you run a time limit and you go, we're going to run this back at Super Card of Honor.
Yeah.
That could also be a way how they get to, they do Super Card, Double or Nothing, and All In, and they can get 4 matches out of it.
Mm-hmm. I think
really wanted to.
A trilogy is where I'd keep it. But if it's going to be a draw, I think that's fine, because then I guess it would protect both people, and everyone knows kind of the result if it goes the other way. I would imagine.
Yeah.
If there actually is a winner, a triple threat's the worst possible option. I don't want to see that triple threat at all.
Have they said what's opening tonight? Do we know?
No. I would assume it's Ospreay and Takeshi.
Yeah, I would assume that as well.
I think if it's not Mercedes, I think it's the trios.
Yeah,
because Moxley likes to open.
They do like to open. This is true, but regardless, I think that both the big time matches on this show are going to be exciting. I'm excited to see who the wild card is. This is one of the more exciting cards for AEW. It's good to see the hopefully the TV taking a little step in a more positive direction after last week. Last week was really fucking bad. So it's really good. And obviously you kind of want to dance on a grave tonight, which I get, even if it's not necessarily totally what I would do. But I'm curious to see if they mention on the show. Regardless,
I will say
all that bust
in the graphic that they posted, the trios match is at the top.
It is.
It's very scary.
So
that's why I think it's open. That's why I think that could open.
That's really dumb. If that were main event, that'd be like a peak. Fuck you guys.
I would just turn it off. I don't know.
I would consider turning it off for sure.
Let's just shut it off, bro. Go play Minecraft.
TK. Hopefully that's not the end result. Hopefully Mercedes gets the All In, or not All In, but the main event. I guess both shows. But Brainbuster, you joined us early on at this broadcast. Have you been fulfilled? Is your boredom cured?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, is there anything you would like to tell the people about?
No, not really.
Okay. Kaden Lee?
Tomorrow. What time are we doing this, Novi?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Novi, Chris, Spordine, Bob, the Oracle of Wrestling, potentially other guests. We'll be previewing WrestleMania night 1 and 2. 14 matches, I believe. I'm sure we'll like
put in a shift.
I'm sure we got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. It'll be a big show.
Yeah. Saturday, the Grin, we're moving the fucking, what's it called? The flagship. It'll be Saturday night. I will not be on that show. WrestleMania 41 night 1 Grin Along. I will be on WrestleMania 41 night 2 Grin Along on Sunday. I don't think we're going to do NXT.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So we're not doing NXT.
This is all happening on the Late Night Grin YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That is linked in the description below. As Kaden Lee mentioned, I will be leading the boys into a preview tomorrow. That is live and free on the Late Night Grin tomorrow, 9 p.m. EST. Make sure to check that out on that channel. Saturday, we are live and free for our night 1 Grin Along. Myself and Brainbuster will be on that show, including Manny the Hooper, Dukes, and Marcus, who you've seen in chat a couple times tonight and on this channel multiple times over. And then Sunday, night 2 Grin Along, it'll be the 3 of us, plus the Rice Man, who you've also seen on this channel multiple times. That will be behind the LNG paywall for the Grinner Circle and above members. So please join us on Sunday, join us on Saturday and Thursday for the big WrestleMania weekend. I hope you all enjoyed that. And I hope you all enjoyed Dynamite tonight. It looks to be a fantastic show. And this has been a great one as well. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on your way out. And I appreciate you all for hanging.